Okay, so now that we've basically told our story, let's go ahead and set you up on now adding a collection to our Drupal site here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to our collection here. We're going to go to Stories, scroll down, here's Collections, 1900s, and you can see our videos here. Now we're going to pull up this embed code, and real quick I want to point out we don't want to include the summary. Make sure that is not checked. You'll see there's a difference in code there. Go ahead and highlight that and copy. Close this out and go to our Drupal site. Let me get you to our normal view here. I believe it's notevenpass.org/ourstories. Here we are. And our admin bar, we're going to go down to, let's see, we're going to go to our content settings, Cowbird collection. We're going to add something here, and we're just going to add the code. I'm going to type in, we'll say, $1900s. Save it. Now the problem with this is that this makes a 1900s-1 URL. That's because we already have an existing 1900s page, and I'll show you how to edit that here in a second. Then we're going to go to our menus and then our list menus. From here we're going to go to Stories, and you'll see we're going to add some items here. We're going to add an item, and I'm kind of just going to scroll through this. I mean, this is your path. That's kind of your URL, if you will. Your title, your menu title. Maybe easier to show you kind of how this will look in the end when it's done. Now we're going to go to 1900s and edit. Looks like we jumped to 1800s. Was a little low there in my aim. Let me go ahead and get us back here. And we're in 1900s. There we go. And here, you see our path, which is our URL again, our menu link. Make sure it's, of course, enabled. The parent item, of course. Our parent item is saying from all regions sorted by, and we're sorted by dates here. And this is kind of breaking it down. I mean, there you see stories, which is our top menu item. Featured stories are sub-menus, and then our sub-subs, which are down here. And then our weight, which I'll get to in a second here. And then our title again, name, but probably not as important. And of course, make sure your target is always same window. And we'll go ahead and, before we save, go back a second. Now, if I scroll this to the top, as you can see here, it's rearranged everything. And whenever you rearrange something, make sure you save your changes here. Now if I go back, you might have recalled that weight was -49, now it's -50. That's basically just telling you where the weight is or where it is in your menu. It's not too important because you can also edit it here for the most part. And always, of course, save your changes because you don't want to make any changes and lose anything. I'm going to go ahead and kind of pull this out. It's giving me a little trouble, but let's just kind of play with this menu a little bit. There we go, that came out. So I've kind of made these all sub-menu head items. They're no longer subs of subs. Let's just go ahead and refresh the page. Everything's back to normal. As long as I didn't save the changes, you should be fine. Now if I go to 2000s, you see our not even past stuff pulls up here. Let's say I wanted to edit that. Edit the page and make sure that only our 2000 stuff comes up. So we're going to go to, if I wanted to say make some changes here, to our content management system at the top. First, I'm going to go ahead and go back and get our 2000s collection info, our embed code. Make sure summary is not included. Highlight, copy. Let's go back. Make our changes. and here click on content. And we've got a 2000s page here, which I can edit. There is another one below, but that's not important right now. Here we're going to make sure that we have Cowbird Story Collection filtered out so that we only see what's on the Cowbird Story Collection right now. Now if I try and edit this page, I will not have access because I did not create it. Not a big deal. I do have one here I did create though. There's our 1900s, which I did create. There's my 1900s code. Here's our 2000s. Here we go. And I can paste my code in here and save it. And if I was to click on that link, which is updated here, it's only going to show me stories from 2000. Pretty easy.